Folks, we're in an age of circus clowns. We are ruled by those who just happen to have a famous last name and a parent to help out. Could be Meghan McCain on The View instead of maybe cleaning my windows right now. They could use a little bit of a washing. Obviously, the name Trump opens all sorts of doors, and the only one who earned it would be one Mary Trump. She's very talented. The rest of them, not at all. And this counts for news personalities too, obviously, and it counts for entertainers. And today we were treated to more of that theory with the great Greg Kelly. You may know him. You probably, hopefully don't. He's a host on Newsmax. He literally is a clown. I think he tries to be a clown. I've often thought he's sort of a walking kind of art experiment to see if we can all figure it out, if he's a real person or not. Constantly just saying the stupidest shit that pops into his head. His dad is Raymond Kelly, former commissioner of the police of New York, who probably wishes he'd availed himself of what was then a constitutional right to an abortion, or at least a very sturdy condom. But instead, he has Greg as a son. And Greg goes on and embarrasses himself and probably the Kelly name going back generations, day after day. Greg's new theory, after we heard the January 6th committee yesterday talk about Donald Trump trying to witness tamper. In fact, he called one of the witnesses. That's a no-no. Probably even forgot to use one of those burner phones. Kelly gave us the genius theory that it was just butt dialed. You know, Donald Trump's rather large posterior somehow pressed the buttons, and that's how he ended up calling a key witness. We don't know who that is yet, but we will next week, I think, in the new hearings. You know, his ass is usually very well trained to call Pizza Hut or KFC for the crispy thighs, or maybe that third scoop of ice cream, but it also knows how to call key witnesses. So that's one impressive large ass that Donald Trump has. Speaking of large asses, let's get back to our friend, Mr. Kelly. Kelly offered this theory again, about the butt dial, but you should know a little bit more about him. He gets to host a Newsmax show, even though he was accused of rape in 2012. And he was never really let off the hook so much as he wasn't arrested nor charged. An investigation by the DA issued a letter stating that under New York criminal law, the incident did not constitute a crime. Read that very carefully. Under New York law. Maybe New York law wasn't prepared for whatever it is he did that was pretty much borderline. He's an awful human being. If that wasn't enough for you, he tweeted a statement out about how much he loved being in the military. A shock that he was ever able to do that. Quote, military life had its perks, but it was also a major pain. I will tell you what took the sting out of it. When I was flying around the Pacific Ocean off of ships, he was a real Top Gun, this one. I knew there was a Secretary of Defense who was white. Let me say it again. I knew there was a Secretary of Defense who was white. Just like me, it made a big difference with morale. Yes, that will be Top Gun 3. The Klan Strikes Back. In that version, you'll have Ted Nugent and the My Pillow guy will lead a charge against non-white secretaries of defense because it hurts morale or something. So he's an awful person. He's a moron. And he gets to host a show on Newsmax. None of this stuff stopped him from hosting a show on Newsmax, by the way. And now, again, we get his genius theory that Donald Trump's butt somehow, I could believe his butt is sort of filled with more neurons that fire better than those in his cerebral cortex. But his butt was at the point where it knew how to call a witness, and that is impressive. And I don't think Donald Trump's ever done anything that impressive. So I'm going to say no to Greg Kelly's genius theory, and I'm going to give some sympathy to his dad because, my God, what a clown.